So I saw Ponniyin Selvan 1 again in Hindi with my family and I liked it more. I had more questions and I could also see the things that can be improved in part 2. So let's break it down. Hello guys, I'm Nona Prince, and a big spoiler alert: if you haven't seen the movie, please go watch it and then only continue watching. Now I know the second part is already shot, so you cannot really change much, but what if they can reshoot some sequences? And there's a lot of things you can change in the post-production too. Now remember, I'm talking in terms of the Hindi dub version only and the improvements I want in the second part in the Hindi dub. Now I know a lot of people consider this film flawless, but hear me out till the end of the video to know my perspective. Now the first thing, knowing the story, what's coming, I could really focus on what's really happening. I was more attentive and trying to analyze everything, and that's when I realized how beautiful the scenes and dialogues are. In such a smart and seamless way, we are getting all the information, like how we get the backstory for Nandini's character. You know, there were so many small nuances which I missed in the first watching, and this time noticing them, they add so much to the narrative. I think I didn't talk much about the cast of the film. Every one of them nailed it. Vikram as that heartbroken man on a path of self-destruction, he pulled it off so well, especially before that Chola Chola dance scene. Karthi already said he just stole the limelight throughout the film. He was so fun and he just captured the essence of the character, whatever I know from the books, that you want to go on an adventure with him. Aishwarya Rai as Nandini, you could feel her. First of all, the physical beauty, but over that showing her intelligence, emoting through just her eyes. Just looking at the throne, we feel what's happening. Jayam Ravi, I saw him in Kapil Sharma and he's just so different in this film. He is charismatic, he is strong, he is majestic, but he's humble also. Definitely a king material. Trisha, I noticed so many nuances this time. At the end, when she gets to know that the brother has died, she doesn't cry. She holds her own. And she is in a way a kind of villain also, like a bad person who separated Aditya and Nandini just because Nandini didn't have parents. She was orphan, she could never be queen. I like the music much more than the first time watching, and especially the themes each character has. And still my favorite scene has to be the face-off between Kundavai and Nandini. Oh, and the music in that moment, I love it. Whenever the film comes out, I'll make a clip out of it and watch it every day. Now coming to the issues, you know, the names for the Hindi public are very different, very confusing, and I think that's why even the Hindi dub has English subtitles, so we can read the names and, you know, remember something, because without reading them we will never remember it. We will not even get the spelling right if we tried in our head, and adding subtitles is a good idea, but the issue is the Hindi dialogues and the English subtitles are not matching at many places, so it really throws you off. Over that, it feels like the subtitles are for the Tamil film, not the Hindi dub, and that's why there's a big difference, because the framing of the English dialogue is totally different than what is being said in Hindi, and that wouldn't be the case if Hindi was translated into English subtitles. So maybe for part 2, something to be noted. Now in the film, while the songs are happening, there's also dialogue between characters. Now the thing is, the songs have lyrics and they are being sung, and that's overcoming the dialogues, so it's hard to understand what's really being spoken. Even the sound mixing, especially for Vikram's character, the bass in his voice was really strong, and because of that sometimes it's not clear what he really said, and in those moments the subtitles really help. So maybe in the sound mixing and the recording, it can be done better and clearer. Now in the film, already it's hard to remember the names. Over that, there are multiple names for the same thing. Arun Mori Varman is also known as Ponniyin Selvan, which we get to know really late in the film, and first time watching until the interval, I thought they are two different people. And the first time Ponniyin Selvan is mentioned in the film is when Vanati tells Karthi to take my message also for Ponniyin Selvan. She doesn't say for Arun Moi, and Karthi says okay. Now as audience, we don't know they are the same people, right? And if in that moment Karthi would have said Ponniyin Selvan and she said Arun Moi, that's his second name, that would have been like, you know, better for us to understand. But again, it's for the Hindi audience. I'm sure Tamil audience already knew that, so maybe an additional dialogue just for the Hindi dub. I'm not sure how that works. Then the screen name and the subtitles, it's called Lanka, but the characters call it Sinhala. Like why you are changing it? Keep it Lanka only or keep it Sinhala. Again, that should be very obvious, but not everyone will know that. Now there's a very confusing dialogue by Nandini. You know, when she tells Kishore's character Ravi Dasan to go to Sinhala and get the head of the young tiger. In Hindi, the dialogue was Chote Sher ka sar le aao. From there, we cut to the Pandya king, the small kid, and all of them taking an oath. So first assumption in your head is Chota Sher, Pandya ka Raja. So I actually thought, you know, he's gonna kill him, the kid. And then it didn't happen. And of course, in retrospective, you understand that was basically Ponniyin Selvan or Arun Modi. But in that moment, after saying that, the way we cut to that scene, it's really confusing. It throws us off. Now in the second half, there were a lot of hiccups in the execution of the film, especially in the action sequences. I feel Vikram was really good in action at the start of the film, but I cannot say the same for Jayam Ravi in the second part, because we start again with the war, and all his slow-mo close-up moments are very fierce, But whenever we see the wide angle shots, his actions don't look convincing. You don't feel he's really hitting those people. Especially at the end of that war when we zoom out. You can clearly see him just, waving his sword like this and people are just falling apart. He's not even touching them. It's very noticeable. Then, when Karthi is following them and Arunmozhi comes back and hits him, and the moment he falls, cut to, he gets up and we are in a camp. Out of nowhere, we were in the forest before that. And directly we're in a camp where he's like, come fight me. So that visually really throws you off. See, it's not a big deal. You can say movie logic, but it's a hiccup. Now, when the first time I saw the film, when Karthi and Jayam, swap their places, I was really confused with what's really happening. Does Karthi know the plan? What is Jayam trying here? It wasn't clear to me. But watching that scene again, I totally understood what was really happening. Now, coming to Ponniyin Amma, who's revealed to be Aishwarya only at the end. When I was watching the first time, it felt really random when she comes in. Whereas second time, knowing she's gonna come, it was better. But the whole scene where she comes to save them with the elephant, it doesn't look convincing. The execution could have been much better. Because it's just one elephant. There are so many of them. They have already caught them, so just take them away, drag them, and 2-3 of them can just be there and fight the elephant by the time you can leave, right? Like, I can come up with plans how you can come out of that fight. So I was not understanding what is their plan. Do they want to kill him or they want to take him? Like, why they're just standing there? And similar things happen in the climax also, when Arunmozhi comes on board of the ship, did you want to really kill him or just, first tie him down? Like, what was the plan? I was not sure. And after that, Arunmozhi is killing all of them one by one. They are not attacking him at once. Then Kishore's character just standing there and looking at him. Then there's a whole storm. We have more reinforcements. Then they only burn the ship. Like, what is the plan? Are you trying to kill them? Trying to capture them? What are you trying to do? Why are you destroying the ship? You're also on it. Maybe they just want to kill him. They don't mind losing their own lives for it. But again, the execution could have been better. Way it feels very believable. The way it was done, it felt very forced. But I have to say, man, the climax, the way the storm comes in and all the shots, it looks really good. Like, you feel like, oh, it's really happening. Now, even after watching it again, I definitely have many questions like, why did that happen? Why did the character do this and that? And I'm thinking of doing a live Q&A where I am asking the question and you guys are answering. So if that sounds cool, let me know in the comments and we'll do that. Now, the second part is already shot. Maybe if they think like they can reshoot some scenes and make it better, they may do it because the film is doing so well at the box office. They have the money now and a lot of improvement is needed in the dubbing. So I hope they improve on that too. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Until then, you can check out this video next. If you like this, like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.